Good morning. Some of you have been super kind and supportive, and I want to thank you because it's just awesome and super encouraging for me. Love it. Unexpected almost. I wanted to acknowledge that generally, and because I said I'd have the Sanctum Universum Starfield video out by now, I wanted to say sorry about that. And why? Well, the script is virtually all written. It just needs one part and then editing and then putting all the visuals together with it. It's going to be a little longer than the other one, so yeah. Anyway, a little while back I discovered something that affected my thoughts on the Sanctum and religion in the game in general, so I had to change things. That's part of why the video's late. Another reason is that for the longest time I found it hard to work on because I kind of had a hate relationship with the topic. So there were some days I just didn't work on it. I love the open world action games Bethesda makes, and that includes the huge wandering capabilities of Starfield, but I dislike the story and the weirdness of the religious themes. I hate how they have surfacey religious stuff that draws a traditional religious person in, but then basically tosses those things out the window. The contradictory nature of it made me just want to stop thinking about it. But after this last thing I found and thinking it all over, I'm more at peace with it. Now that I've changed my views, not that I've changed my views that I just explained, but I found that I think I understand it better and I just don't take it seriously. I feel relieved about it. I'm not at all trying to discourage anyone from watching or listening to my upcoming video. On the contrary, I think it's more interesting than I had originally thought it would be. But there's a third reason why it's as late as it is, and that's because of the violence that has rocked and shocked our nation over the last week or so. I spent more time consuming news and commentary since Irina Zritska got basically executed on a bus in North Carolina. A Ukrainian here, to be safer than in her war-torn country, was killed by a black man who said that he got a white one, quote unquote. Such insanity that she ended up being far less safe in a college town in the US than in a country where Russia is bombing civilians daily. So that was shocking and disturbing, causing unquiet. Then a short time later, the Christian who liked to debate people on college campuses was assassinated while holding a campus event. This was remarkably shocking. Assassinations aren't foreign to us, but you expect it to be related to someone important in office or running for office. So it was something more than shocking, too. It felt like a watershed moment. Charlie Kirk was political and knew and helped political figures, but I didn't really know that until after he was killed. So for people like me who only knew of Kirk as a Christian speaking on campuses, it wouldn't have an impact in that way, but for people that hated Kirk, it was obviously political. Anti-Christian too, of course. As the hours and the days went by, it started to become obvious to everyone online, how strange and soulless so many people in America had become. Never would I have thought that the basic execution of someone like Kirk would have been the reason for so many women performing happy dances online. I never would have thought that so many so-called people could have become so callous to the value of human life and in America. It is truly remarkable for its depravity and mass. And from what I've seen, those happy over his death don't seem to even understand that Kirk was only talking, like people should do, engaging in conversation over difficult topics. They have some kind of delusion that what he was doing was the same as actually physically attacking and killing people. It's not only totally bizarre, but totally dangerous. They couldn't win debates, so they shot him. And what got them there? Well, there's a lot, but the posting of false narratives about him is a big one. The YouTube channel The Body Language Guy has a detailed video out discussing the quotes Kirk's enemies put out about him, compared to what he actually said and their contexts. One sticks out in my mind because it's such a simple one. That's where they say he was against the word empathy. But what they do is leave the rest of what he said out, which is important. Because he believed in what the word meant, or what it was supposed to mean, and thought a different word was better. Sympathy. So he was making a case for using one word over another, And that little thing has caused a ton of vitriol. It's so crazy. It's madness. Kirk wasn't perfect, but no one is. Their ideas and methods could affect any one of us. Anyone could be murdered for having a different opinion, and those people on the left would cheer. That's what they're doing now, cheering. And game-making companies have their share of these people. If you're into gaming, you've probably heard about the Bethesda situation by now. Someone at Bethesda posted a clip from their new Indiana Jones material where the character mentions about being tired of the fascists, a favorite term for conservatives. Well, that caused a firestorm and the post was taken down. There's a ton of people with the saved clip, so it's not hard to find. You could go to Heel versus Babyface's video on it if you want. Some people are saying that it may have been a mistake under the circumstances that Bethesda simply posted a marketing video. Considering the specific subject matter in the video and the fact that they still haven't made a statement about it at the time of me making this, I don't think it was a marketing post put up at an unfortunate time. The damage is done and they're not even trying to fix it. People are vowing to boycott Bethesda. They are dropping their Game Pass subscriptions. They are saying how foul Bethesda is. So what should I do? Bethesda has been my favorite video game producer by far, but this is utterly ridiculous. This is true. If they've changed so much, then there's no point in thinking much about them anymore. If Todd Howard is any kind of Christian, he should say something, do something, or leave. You can make a game that caters to a wide audience, but that audience doesn't at all need to include people that relish in the murder of another American because they have contrary opinions. Todd, it's such a simple moral thing. It's actually quite black and white in this case. Anyway, so I started out doing Bethesda stuff here, and I planned on continuing to do more. After the next Starfield video, I was planning on doing a Fallout show review in anticipation of the second season. Then I was going to do one on the Honest Hearts DLC from New Vegas, and one on Fallout 3's religious theme. Fallout 4 review, including religion, was an idea too. And I was going to work Cyberpunk in there somewhere, which is not Bethesda, I'm just saying. So, I believe I'll still work on these. Bethesda now isn't what Bethesda was. Of all things, Todd Howard has been successful in his mission to build game worlds that you can live in. And that's how I feel about these games. That's why I like them. Until Bethesda comes back to its senses, though, I'm going to have to box up the shrine. Please leave comments about any of this, and thanks so much for listening or watching. See you in the next one.